Hello, hello. It's Monica Michelle here, the marketer, the solutionist marketer, and I'm with Monica Michelle Marketing. So today we are actually covering 29 things to do with the book. So this is something that we're doing a little different. We normally kind of record this or set this up a different way, but we figured we'd give this a try, see how it works. If we like it, great, we'll keep it. If not, we'll go back to the other way. But you should see some additional videos popping up soon. I'm pulling up my lovely notes. So I assist emerging businesses and authors go from being the best kept secret to being well known. And there are things that are needed to be put in place so that you can make multiple streams of income with one book, so that that book doesn't just birth and die and that's it, but that it can keep getting new life and it keep going on and on. So the entire month we are focusing on different aspects of why you should write a book, how you should write a book, how to market this book, and do all the things. So if you have any questions, by all means, reach out to me on any social media platform for the most part at Monica Michelle S. So MonicAMichelles. And I would love to hear from you. Let's see if we're missing anything. If you have any questions while we're going along, by all means, drop them in the comments. I would love to hear from you. But let's dive in and get this thing going. Hope you have your pen and your papers because we are going to go in. Hopefully, you won't think it's too fast, but it's going to be fast enough. At the end of this, if you want the replay and a checklist or a workbook that kind of goes with it, as well as I call it the growth pack, as well as a transcript, because we're going to be going kind of fast. Then you can grab the growth pack at the link in the bio or the link in the comment section or whatnot. And it's called bookfunctions.solutionistm.com. So that's bookfunctions.solutionistm.com. Hopefully, you will find these valuable and you'll be able to find some things that you can do with your book to make it more than just a book. I don't know what's going on, but my nose keeps itching. So I keep touching it. So bear with me. Here we go. So the first one that you can do with your book is set up a panel discussion. You can literally set up panel discussions, get some people that are expert on your topic or your topic of your book. And maybe they're not even an expert at it, but they're just familiar with the topic and they're aware of it. And so in return, get them all together so that you can all talk together and go through the pros and cons and answer questions about the book itself. Number two, you can also do a training. So set up a training where you're actually training people how to walk through to do this for themselves. And maybe it's not a training of the entire book, but a particular key or aspect that's inside of the book. Number three, live events. Go ahead and set up a live event, have people come out, meet you face to face, and learn more about the different aspects of the book. And of course, at all these, you can literally say, I'm selling my book as we're going along. I'm looking at my notes. So we are going to pop over to number four. Of course, you can do merchandise. I mean, you have so many places that you can set merchandise up now. Even doing it as simple as Canva. I'll include the link in the bio or the link in the comments or the descriptions for that as well. So maybe that's something you want to do in the future. So there may be a reoccurring theme in the book or a saying that you say that people kind of latch onto or that they like, or maybe even just the title of your book. You can create merchandise from it, from a journal to a t-shirt to a mug to a polo shirt, whatever the case may be. You can always do those types of things. Number five, you have ebook. So set up an ebook for your book. And an ebook is just an electronic version of the book. Some people are not interested in buying the hardback or the paper book. Some people want them both. They want the electronic book because they don't want to wait for it to come. And they go ahead and get the electronic book so they can start working on it and using it immediately right now. Number six is a coaching program. Set up a coaching program. So you're walking a group of people or one person or whatever through coaching them on how to use this in their life so that they can make it better. Of course, they're going to come to you and say, hey, this is going on, or this just bubbled up, or this just happened. What do I do now? And you can kind of walk them through taking care of that. Number 7 is setting up a membership. The membership is kind of an ongoing thing. You're taking people from the beginning to the end of all the little tools and traits and things that you have outlined in the book. And at the end of it, you circle back around and go back to the top and do it all again. The benefit of this is that you're able to dig down deeper every single time that you go through. You give different examples, you give different concepts, you give different perspectives. And even though you may be talking about this one thing, you might give a cite a different article when you go through it the first time than or the second time versus how you went through it the first time. Number 8 is a checklist. Set up a checklist. Maybe people can walk through these are the things that I need to do in order to accomplish whatever the goal is. So they have a checklist that they can kind of refer back to, maybe hanging on the refrigerator, put it in their favorite book, walking around with it in their pocket. I don't know, download it on their phone so they can save it as a wallpaper and that they can go back to and check things off. Number 9 is a curriculum. So go ahead and make a curriculum. They can teach it in school, they can teach in classes or different programs that are going to walk through. And a curriculum looks a certain way. There's objectives and there's goals that are set for each of the different sections, and you're able to walk people through those things. Number 10 is a kid's book. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't think of, but the really cool thing about a kid's book is you say, okay, I have an adult version of the book, which is typically who people write for, adults or whatever the case may be. But then you can turn around and say, okay, let me write a kid's version, same exact concepts, but on a kid's level. And then let me maybe write a teen version so it looks a certain kind of way. It looks more teenageish, right? And so you're able to teach these same concepts to multiple individuals over different spans or different ages of their life and give age appropriate examples. Number 11 is a lead magnet. So you wrote a book, and yes, you can definitely make additional money from your book. We've talked about those things, and we're going to talk about some more in a minute. But you can also take that and turn it into a lead magnet. So whether that's chapter 1 of the book, whether it's the intro of the book, whether it can literally be anything, but take it and turn it into a lead magnet and give it away for free, provided people give their email address, and then you can nurture that relationship and keep talking to them and go from there. Number 12 is social media content. And I really, really, really love this one since, I do social media. And with that social media content, you can, a lot of times people will say to me, I have no idea of what to post on social media. Well, you have a book, so you can literally take a quote from each chapter, probably even each page, and literally go through and post that on your social media. It could be a picture of the book, it could be a picture of the page in the book, it could literally be some of the words in the book, it could be some of the concepts in the book, it could be some of the precepts, but you're literally combing through the book from beginning to end, and you're just going through it over and over and over, and you're posting about it in creative and different ways. So you know what the topic is next week, because next week is the second section of the book, or it's the second chapter of the book, whatever your focus is. And you know that it's coming because you wrote the book, so you have the table of contents, and in 5 weeks or in 10 weeks we're going to be here. So in return, you can kind of walk people through getting there. Number 13 is email nourishment, and I'm probably saying that word wrong because for some reason I have an issue with saying nourishment. With email nourishment, you're literally engaging with your email list. So you have people on your email list and you're giving them emails, maybe on a monthly basis, maybe on a weekly basis, whatever your frequency is, totally up to you. But as you're reaching out to them and you're trying to figure out, well, what can I say to them about today? Or what can I bring up? You're able to kind of walk through the book, just like your social media content, and give them those examples or give them those precepts. Let me take a sip of water. Then we're going to reset the room and we're going to dive into the last sections of it. Okay, so let's do a quick reset. My name is Monica Michelle. I'm the solutions marketer with Monica Michelle Marketing. For whatever reason, my nose, like it's itching or it has something on it, like a feather or something. So I'm constantly touching it. Do apologize for all of that, but I was not going to allow that to stop me from bringing you all this good information. And I literally assist emerging and small businesses and authors to going from being the best kept secret to being well known. So I've been doing this well over 20 years. And a lot of times people come to me and they're frustrated, they're unsure, and they just don't like not knowing what to do with social media. And we come together and we put together clarity of direction. We figure out what your marketing strategy needs to be. We develop a strategy so that you can completely understand what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how to go about continuing to do it. And we kind of walk through everything. So today, and literally the month of August, we've been focusing on different aspects of marketing your book and how a book is going to help you with your business. And what we're going to cover today, or what we are covering today, is 29 things you can do with the book. So you wrote a book. So what? Great. What's next? And the things that we're covering is what's next. So we have already covered 1 through what, 13, and so now we're on 14. Number 14 is a conference. So put together a conference. It's all circled around your book. You giving people all the details. You having all these different events and different things and talks and conversations that are all circling back to the topic of your book. Number 15 is a challenge. Put together a challenge. Get people in the room. Give them some of the core concepts and kind of challenge them to have something complete by the end of it. Number six, oh, number six is actually doing a re-release or a new edition. So you released your book. What do you do now? And you're literally going to sit here and say, I don't know. Right? No, take the book, add some additional chapters to it, add something new to it, give it some new life, and then do a re-release or a new edition. So the books from back in the day, they would have all these different versions or editions. What edition is this book? What This is like the second edition or the third edition of your book. You can re-release the same book and it be a different edition. I'm trying to tell you. The people who bought it the first time and thought it was oh so good, they're gonna buy it the second time because they're like, oh, I wonder what she added to it. I wonder what's so awesome about it. Number 17 is do a video recording of your book. So literally record yourself talking on the book. Like you're reading the different chapters of the book and walk through doing that. Like literally walk through reading the book and read the book out loud to people. You can record it and put it right here on YouTube. So maybe you put a chapter up a day, something like that. But be creative. Go ahead and record it and read people to sleep, or let people listen to it while they're in the car, or whatever the case may be. People love to listen to YouTube. Number 18 is an email course. So you're literally saying, okay, you signed up for this email, and I'm going to send you an email every day, once a week, whatever the case may be. And I'm walking you through how to do this, or I'm walking you through different parts of my book. So I'm taking you from here to there because I'm teaching you what you need to know. Number 19 is setting up a course. So when you set this course up, you're actually saying, okay, let me give you all the details and all the references and all this other good stuff. Let's start back at number 1, go all the way through because we're almost done. The goal is to stay under 20 minutes for these things, right? And we're doing it super awesome. 1 is a panel discussion, 2 is training, 3 is live events, 4 is merchandise, 5 is an ebook, 6 is coaching program, 7 is a membership, 8 is a checklist, 9 is curriculum, 10 is a kids book, 11 is a lead magnet, 12 is social media content, 13 is email nourishment. And so email nourishment is different from the e-course that we just talked about, because email nourishment is you're saying that whoever's already on your list, they're getting this information. Whereas an email course, and that can be in any order that you want it to be in. An email course is no, I'm taking you in a particular order and you specifically signed up for this. But that was 13, email nourishment. Number 14 is a conference, 15 is a challenge, 17 up 16, because we have to go in order, is a re-release or a new edition of your book. 17 is a video recording. 18 is an email course. 19 is a regular course. So allow people to sign up, take the course, whether they're meeting with you face to face or online, and give them the book. It can also be like a course that lives in one of these online platforms, and people can purchase and go through it at their own pace. Number 20 is a workshop. 11 is a workbook. And so the cool thing with the workshop and the workbook, you can kind of put them together. You cannot put a lot of these together actually, but they're saying, okay, let me fill out these answers. Let me walk through doing it together as I'm able to ask you questions to keep everything going. Number 22 is a podcast, which also goes for Clubhouse. So those things can kind of go together. Number 23 is a group program. Oh, my nose is itching so bad. So number 23 is a group program. You're getting a group of people together and you're walking them through it together. So they're able to feed and help each other and build those relationships. Number 24 is an audio book. Go ahead and record yourself, the audio version of it, put it all together, and da-da, you have an audio book. You can sell that as a audio file, or of course you can go through some of the major audiobook people and have it there. But you can record and put together a little makeshift one and do it through Zoom. Whenever you do your recordings, Zoom will automatically save the audio file for you, and presto, you're done. Number 25, put together a journal or a planner so people can have that as they're walking through planning everything out and getting everything going. So if you're a financial planner, then maybe you're planning them through how to get their first $1,000 or how to redo their job or whatever the case may be. Number 26, put together a keynote speech and go out and give that speech. In the speech, you're going to get paid. You can get paid for the speech, but then you can also get people to purchase the book while you're on the stage speaking. Number 27 is a resource guide. And with that resource guide, you may be giving them local resources or online resources to get the thing accomplished that you're talking and referencing in the book. 28 is a mastermind or an intensive or an accelerator. I put them all in the same bucket, but it's literally saying, let's come together, comb through the material in a small group setting. And I'm going to go into the good and give you all the details. Number 29 is a fireside chat. With a fireside chat, you're literally digging deep down and you're giving people real life examples that are personal to you and just all the good things to help get them to where they need to be to fully understand this. Think about, like when you watch the movies or whatever, and people are out in the woods camping and they set up a fire and they're telling these ghost stories with marshmallows. They're like really giving you the gruesome details that you didn't ask for or didn't know you needed to ask for. Same thing with your book. Get together, have a fireside chat, and tell them all the things. Now, I have a bonus for you, and the bonus is actually do a small group reading. I absolutely love these. So whether you call it a private reading or small group reading, whatever you want to call it, some people you can do these in a couple of different ways. And I've done them with some artists that had books. We literally went to a couple of their friends and family and said, hey, we want to come to your house. Of course, this is pre-COVID. We want to come to your house. You supplied 10 friends. I'll pay for some hors d'oeuvres, couture board items. We'll put those together, and I'm literally just going to read some sections from my book, and we'll have conversation about it. So we're going to read these sections, we're going to have conversations about it, and people are going to love it. And people's like, oh, that's so neat. That's so different. So I get to invite my 10 friends and family, or 20, or whatever the case may be, over to my house. We're all going to pile into the living room or whatever room you want them to be in. And you're going to read to us and talk to us about your book and whatever this topic is about your book. And they're like, yeah, people loved it. It was awesome. Because they're friends and families that you're going to have this initial conversation. They were more than willing and excited to help you, do something at their house that was a little different. At the same token, because their friends and family is the ones who are inviting them, they're more likely to show up. And they're showing up, they're paying attention, they're interested in the topic. You can gather their email addresses and make some connections there, but you're able to kind of get to know people on a more personal basis, which is really, really, really cool. Another way that you can do these small readings, and I saw an artist do this or an author do this online, and I thought it was really neat. As they literally said, "Okay, I'm going to." They had a kids book actually, and they said, "All right, I'm going to go live every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock, or every night at 9 o'clock, and I'm going to read this kids book because it's a bedtime story for your kids. So get your kids gathered around, get the phone in the bed, and I'm going to read this good night story to them." And I thought that was the neatest thing. And so, as authors who do not write children books, you can kind of do the same thing. You can say, we're all right, we're going to get together and we're going to cover a different section literally every day. And I am going to read from my book to you on Instagram Live or whatever the case may be. And you can have this interaction and exchange with your audience. And the people that are showing up are more likely to continue to show up if they like the topic. So they may even buy the book, and they're able to get to know you in a different way. So that was 29 things that you can do with your book today, right now. And I gave you a bonus on the top. Boop. I hope you liked it. So I would love to know, give me any feedback that you have. Which 2 or 3 things do you think you can pull together when you're going to do your book? And what is it going to look like for you? I am interested to know because I just may be interested in reading your book. Again, my name is Monica Michelle with Monica Michelle Marketing. I'm the solutionist marketer, and I help small businesses and emerging authors go from being unsure, frustrated, and stuck to being strategic and having a clear direction and maximizing their online systems so that they can reach those that they're supposed to reach. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, reach out to me, Monica Michelle S, on any of the platforms. And I am going to include the links for Canva so that you can get 30 days free of the pro version and all the goodies that come with that. You also have access to the growth pack. So if you want to get the worksheet and everything that's going to help you figure this out, then you want to get the growth pack. That link will be in the comments or the section as well. But I hope you have a great day. I am going to see you. What is the day? Tuesday? I'm going to see you on Thursday with another edition about book marketing because I want to give you all the things and give you all the information so that you can be best suited to market your book, to show your business off and show off your expertise. I hope you have a good one. Bye bye.